on.
First one.
Do it.
First one is in Romans chapter 12. And it says, "Therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will."
Come on.
And the second verse is Luke chapter 7, where it says, "Therefore I tell you, her many sins have been forgiven, as a great love has shown. But whoever has been forgiven little, loves little." I give you Anthonia.
Come on.
Yes, thank you so much, Nelson, for reading the scripture. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank God for this opportunity, and I also want to thank Vienna and Tomiwa for also giving me the privilege to be able to share today what the cross means to me. And as you all know, he said it so many times, my name is Anthonia, and I studied in Ukraine, a course called pharmacy. And I've been here in Germany for 2 years now plus, ever since the war started in Ukraine. And what the cross really means to me today is true transformation. As you can hear from the scripture that Nelson read, Romans 12, verse 1 to 2, it really talks about transformation and really talks about how the mind is being renewed. And then looking at the second scripture, you see that a woman is being forgiven, and now she is driven by love for Christ to do what she does today. And that's it for me today, and that's what I really want to share with everyone. And before I ever knew the weight of the cross, I lived only for 3 things, to be honest. I lived only for work, I lived for school, and I lived for my pleasure. Work was always my God, pleasure was my God. I didn't have anything else. I always thought that the best way to live a life is to work, so that you can have a future that is very secure and that you can really have enough to really provide for everything that you want and that you can have everything that you want. But then that's not true, because it really destroyed me, like living in the sin of displeasure, living in the sin of not caring, living in the sin of isolation, and not really taking consideration of like everything that I have around me that I work for, which is work and which is school. It really crushed what I love and made it like pieces on the floor. I didn't have the strength. I didn't get motivated at all to do anything, and it really killed my soul. It killed my body, and it made me treat this body that God gave me into something that is not worth it. But then, encountering the cross, and now encountering the cross, I realized to see that, wow, I have a purpose. My purpose is not work, my purpose is not school, my purpose is not just my pleasure, but actually I can find more satisfaction from Jesus. I could see that what Jesus really went through for me really meant so much that it showed how much he really cared for me. And it made me question, like, what am I? I'm not a woman that deserves any of these things. I don't deserve the love that Jesus did, like carrying the cross all the way from the other side to the other end just to be hanged up, bleeding and praying and persevering till the end. Jesus could have been tempted, like he was tempted a lot, and he could have actually given up everything about the cross mission just to go and satisfy himself with the things in the world. And that was me. I was doing all those things thinking that this is worth it, that this is what it is. But then I didn't even take care of myself. I didn't eat well, I didn't sleep well, I didn't even consider that I needed rest. I thought I could do was work. And back in Ukraine, I was actually working in a company, a logistics company, and I was working 16 hours a day, every time. And because it wasn't even enough, I told myself, okay, I'm gonna take a second job. And I took a second job, and still nothing worked. And whenever I was overwhelmed, whenever I was stressed, I would only go to a pleasure, which was impurity. I would go and do stuff to satisfy myself, thinking that this is the solution to help myself to get motivated again, to really come back, but not knowing that this is not it. It really destroyed my soul, really destroyed my life. Like sin destroys life. Sin really destroys life. It makes everything look rubbish, and then it makes you not even see anything anymore. It's like all that I love for, all that I long for, all that I want is like it's trash. It's like it's sand. I can't even grasp to it anymore. But then, like, looking how coming to Jesus and realizing, no, this is not what you are. For me to have true transformation, to have change, I needed Christ. And Christ really showed me that this is not how you're supposed to live. Your body is not meant to be suffering in this way. You're supposed to grow and love and really fight to really be what you're meant to be. And then this really made me so much encouraged that I was like, wow, because of Christ's love, I can now even love myself. And not just myself, but now I can really love God. I can serve God with all my heart. I can be motivated by God. I can wake up in the morning. I can do everything that He calls me to do. I don't have no shame. I have no guilt. Even no matter what I did. And whenever I picture me sinning, like what I committed in my past, I've seen like, wow, I'm nailing an innocent man on the cross every time I do this. Why will I do that to an innocent blood, to an innocent man? Even if it was me, no one would want to, like, so I was like, no. Today is the day I'm going to stop. I'm not going to serve these idols. I'm going to crash it. I'm going to serve God. Because I know with Him, I'm able to have power to do what I think I couldn't do. I can find rest in Him. Because He found rest in God. That's why He gave up His life for me. Because He found rest in God. That's why He went on. He persevered. He was like, no, I'm going to do this for Anthonia. You're that woman that don't deserve anything, but I'm going to do it for you. And that's how I feel today. I'm really grateful to God. Every morning I wake up, I'm like, God, I'm so fired up. I love you so much to really see how much you've really changed me. And to be honest, guys, the woman that was before is not the woman that's standing here today. I'm really not that woman. The other woman was obsessed. The other woman was crazy. She was addicted. She was fighting for things, but now I know that I cannot do all these things because now I'm free. I'm free, and I'm free to serve the Lord. And I am free to please Him. I'm free to do His will. And I can also help and encourage other women to do the same. I can be able to preach the word. I can do everything in Him because in Him I live. He is what He is. Now I am who I am because of who He is, right? And I really want to thank God because this is so true. And without all these things, God, like, it's nothing. Like, chasing after everything around the world is nothing. Because at the end of the day, it can be taken from you, and you have to fight for it. But now I'm here. God even blesses me now, because now I am in the light with Him. And yeah, that's what I mean. Like, the cross to me is true transformation, a great change, like a whole shift from one to a whole 180. And now I am who I am because God is alive, and glory be to God.
Sold out, disciple in the fight to this day. I know we don't want to be another movement of men, but we have got to be the movement of our God again.